Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lois, and what we do here is to assist you in your scholarship application processes. And as I always say, do apply for fully funded opportunities because they help you to be able to study right in every way. Now, today we are going to talk about academic CV. Did you know that your academic CV is different from your professional CV? Well, the difference is that the academic CV highlights all your academic experiences and things relevant to your academic walkway to apply for that graduate application. It's slightly a bit different from professional CV because professional CV will rather highlight your working experiences and how it relates to that particular work you're applying for. Now, we're going to use a demonstration of a typical academic CV sample to explain every step of the way what their academic details, CV details. Mainly, you should also include your publications, any academic publications that have DOIs that are published in relevant publication units, and you mentioned them as part of your academic CV. So let's quickly delve into a demonstration of using a sample.
So this is a draft of my academic CV. I just took some of the things out and provided this as a draft. I can share with you if you want, but don't be generic. I always believe in doing things quite differently to stand out and set apart. So we have like your full name, obviously your bio data, your address, telephone number. Some people do add it. I see it. And email. Now people do add LinkedIn profile or your URL for your LinkedIn, because if your LinkedIn account is specifically for professional purposes, you might as well get there, because our academic CV is always set to 2 pages. It's always good to have 2 pages or less, because I wouldn't go about trying to, read a lot of things in your academic CV. It's only the salient points that are in addition to the job or like the particular position, master's degree or PhD position you're applying for. So I'm looking out for that specifically and what can help in boosting your application. You need to know that you wouldn't have a one-on-one chance with an applicant, the school. Mostly is only when you are picked that you can be selected for an interview. So what would sell you out is your academic CV. So your CV is supposed to capture salient things or speak for itself. It's not supposed to, when I take it, I should be able to know and track you from when you left undergraduate as much as possible to a graduate degree. So you should be able to capture all the salient points. Now, you wouldn't be able to capture all of them. So sometimes if you have your LinkedIn URL, we can always make a quick check. So I do this. I put the professional summary, obviously, what I'm doing now, how many years of experience I've gained in, specifically states my top achievement, what I'm proficient in, and what I seek to also acquire. So mostly when I put this there, you can actually get a brief summary of who I am and what I am, just as my professional summary, before you can go in. And that should be the most captivating write-up in less than 3 lines. So you have to be able to capture it. So you give me a wow experience when I open your academic CV with your professional summary. Then that will be like, no, let me go look for other things more in the CV. So your education as well, you can put your education. I'm currently, you do it in the sense of date, your program of study, your university, and the location. So I'm currently, I started off in June 2019. Till present, I'm a Doctor of Philosophy in Materials Engineering at the Open University in Milton Keynes in the United Kingdom. So that's my first degree. So basically, in the education summary, you should have like 3 of your degrees. Don't go and start from SHS. Why? What are we hoping to get? It's quite funny. Yeah, I saw one of my professors who has achieved quite a lot, and he has a CV to 1 page, and I'm like, wait. Oh, a whole professor having a CV to 1 page, it shows you that when you don't have things to talk about, you talk much. So you end up putting anything and everything so uselessly. But some people who have much to capture actually have a reduced CV. And their achievements and they put a lot of hyperlinks. If it's a publication, they mention one of the top publication probably in an ACS journal and a journal with an impact factor of 31, and put a hyperlink to all their research gates or wherever they find themselves a list of their publications. So they always have very compressed CV as much as possible, but we know they're up to a lot of things. So education side, I will put my master's right after the Doctor of Philosophy, and probably put my undergraduate if and the higher I run down the ranks, probably I'll take some things off. So I classify my skills as well. And these skills, I classify them as technical skills, those that are relevant to the job. So I mention skill one, then I insert a quantifiable achievement for that particular skill. So I'm able to use something we call the CASA XPS. What the CASA XPS does is that it can quantify the data I get from one of the equipment that are available in our field. And I'm able to run this data in this time. So you have to give a quantifiable achievement for your skill. And obviously you can put like some technological skills, like maybe you've got Microsoft Office, you can use Adobe Photoshop and all of that. That will also help with that. But you can quantify your skills based on the one with the highest preference. Now, research experience, because you're applying for an academic continuation of your academic degree, it's very important to put things that you've been involved in. I mean, in terms of research, that if you're applying for a research-based master's degree, as well, if you're applying for a thesis-based master's degree, you can also put it there just to say that I've gotten this kind of achievement in that and so and so. So you can do that. What I have done here is the date, obviously, and where it is, and I'm working on plasma functionalized two-dimensional layered materials for wastewater treatment, specifically Ghanaian focus. So I just put it there as my experience. And you can add on to two. I mean, depending on, you have to get a very good draft of it. Then later you now come back to it and slash things that are making the thing look lengthy but quite confusing. So you can also put, I believe some people have had internships, work experiences and all of that. So if you're a student, you're a graduate student, you can put your work experience that is relevant to the field that you're applying for. So I said that insert quantified achievement describing the impact of your work in increasing revenue, cutting in losses in your revenue, saving time and resources, managing for your employer. So I put this here, that example is that insert quantified, instead of I led a team to execute a marketing project to introduce new brands of product to consumer. You can reword and say, I led a team of 10 to execute a $5,000 marketing product. 10 new brands were introduced to 500 consumers across Ghana. So that's quantifiable. That's a well-achieved student, somebody who can measure his achievement, because at the end of the day, if you're doing a master's or a PhD, you have to measure your achievement. So I put my stuff here as well, that I'm currently the director of Sankofa Mentorship Hub, and I have a grant that is actually leading 8 professionals to train 1,000 youths in that Ahafo region of Ghana. What I'm doing is setting up 15 STEM clubs, mentoring 15 young girls, and organizing 2 innovative challenges competition over the period of 2 years. So that you can see that is a well-achieved, plan and a working experience that I'm completely involved in. You can also mention your awards and your achievement as well. You can do this in terms of job title, organization title. Currently, I was listed as one of 74 people that inspired Ghana by a company called Those Who Inspire Ghana, and they work in all around the world. So I put that achievement there and all that. Conferences and workshops. So I had the opportunity to also present my research in the UK House of Commons last year. So I put that as part of the workshops or conferences I attended, but it's also an achievement because it was, listed among a wide number of people across the England to actually do that. We're just 30 selected for that. So you can put that in your award and achievement just to highlight your salient points as well. Non-profit and volunteering work. A lot of people want to know that you can go beyond money, you can go beyond capital to be able to create impact. So it's very good to also put in your volunteering work. I think recently I read something about if you're also involved in things like online meetings like this, you can put that I manage an online hub of 68 students to create impact. Things are moving virtually. You need to be able to document all these things in your CV. So you just have to find the right words to reword them and sit down and spend some time. Speaker engagement, obviously, Aliyah, you've been a host of this event. So I'm expecting that a speaker engagement or host engagement, you can target these kind of things in Achievable. And we are about how many people here? 74, hosted 74 students across biological science school to teach them about, I mean, graduate school application and all of that. You can target all of them here. Extracurricular, if you're like me, that we do so many things we cannot even put our hand onto, you could also target them here in the extracurricular. I like to highlight my hobbies a lot. Traveling is my greatest thing. So I don't think I've traveled to a lot of countries, but I mean, I've been to quite a couple. So they want to be able to see that you can adjust to different conditions and different places at the same time and not kept to your same space. So I put my hobbies, and I do choreography as well. I dance a lot. So in a project I had to talk about how my hobbies impact who I am. Like, tell me about yourself. I had to mention my hobbies. And one of the things I did was to choreograph a cancer project. So what we did was that put a dance to a cancer project. So there's a lot of stigma on people who are undergoing chemotherapy where they don't have hair. Now we had to put a dance to it, and that also helped in that part of my scholarship application. They saw that, oh, this person has a lot of diversity, and all these diversity works as a unit to make this person. So you can also put your references. Finally, otherwise, I mean, it's optional. If it's requested for, you can put it. If not, you can delete it and write references upon request at that place.